Hi, I'm John Sanchez from BQE Media, and I'm in Astoria, Queens with local workers' compensation attorneys Michael Pyrros and Michael Serres from Pyrros Serres. So guys, tell me a little bit about yourselves.
Thanks, John. So I was born in Queens, New York. Been living in Queens all of my life. Went to high school in the Bronx. Very connected to Queens. Decided to go to law school. Even went to St. John's University Law School, based in Queens. So I'm a very local guy. Know New York very well, and decided to pursue a career in law. I started off working for a pretty large law firm after law school, doing a lot of corporate work, and realized that wasn't really something that was gratifying enough for me. Didn't feel like I was giving enough back to the community, and decided what really is the thing that motivates me, and that is to help people that are working class, blue collar, because that's my background. My father was a furrier, his father was a furrier, and I can really identify, and I get a sense of gratification in being able to help people navigate through what could often be a very complicated legal process.
I was actually born in Manhattan, but I also grew up in Jackson Heights till age 4. And similar to Michael, because we have a similar family background, our grandfather was a furrier, and we also came from a family where people had difficulty speaking English and understanding the English language, and were at a disadvantage. And we're happy to have created a law firm here where we speak multiple foreign languages, and we can explain to people and help them through the complicated system of workers' compensation.
So guys, let's start with the basics. What should you do if you're injured on the job?
There's 3 basic rules that we tell all our clients. And the first one is make sure to notify your job or your boss or your supervisor. The next is make sure to get medical care and treatment immediately. And thirdly is make sure you just follow up with this.
Oftentimes people naturally are reluctant. Sometimes they'll say, well, it's not such a big deal. I'll see if I can feel better. Maybe, I'll deal with it at a later date. And just common sense dictates that doesn't always serve us well in our lives.
Sure.
Injuries often don't get better, and getting medical attention, of course, just makes sense to make sure that your injury is treated and dealt with properly.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happens at a workers' compensation hearing?
A workers' compensation hearing, again, is something very important, and it's important to have proper legal representation at this hearing. At a workers' compensation hearing, they will be discussing what are the sites of injury, what's the weekly pay that injured workers receiving, do they require any further medical treatment tests, and how much were they making at the time of their accident.
Do you have to be a U.S. citizen in order to be eligible for workers' compensation?
Yeah, John, that's actually a really good question. The simple answer is no. In New York, whether you are a documented or undocumented worker, that has no bearing on a person's right to receive workers' compensation benefits. To the full extent, no difference between being a citizen, having a green card, not having a green card, it makes no difference.
So guys, what's your motivation for helping the working class?
It's a real pleasure to be able to explain and get somebody through a system with an excellent result who might not understand this, might be at disadvantage because of language, education, and background, and to really help them out. And that's been our motivating, I'd like to say, mantra in our office. We want people to get back to health, back to their families, and back to being as productive as possible.
For more local stories, visit licjournal.com or pick up our latest edition at a newsstand near you.